How do you share a pre-recorded video in Ecamm? Well, actually, let me just step back a minute. Why would you want to share a pre-recorded video in Ecamm? What are the scenarios where you might want to do that? Well, we use pre-recorded videos as intros and countdowns at the start of our lives. Certainly when we're in our academies, we have a 4-minute countdown that just allows people to get ready and find us, and then we always go live on the hour. Other times I use this might be if I've pre-recorded a tutorial and I want to bring that in because potentially it's easier for me to do B-roll shots and close-up on things rather than me just talking live to camera like this. It may be that I've got a testimonial that I want to share. Maybe you're doing a presentation and actually you're bringing on some speakers and they've pre-recorded all their content. Lots of different reasons why you might want a pre-recorded video. So let me just show you how you do that. Now you can go right to the top of your window here and it'll say select a video. I can go off and I can find one and I can just bring it in and it will play it here. Or I've got one sitting on my desktop down here, which is going to look very similar because it's one I recorded yesterday for Ecamm. I can literally just drag this onto my screen and there it is, it starts playing. And this has automatically gone into a picture-in-picture and put me down in the bottom corner here. If I don't want that to happen, then I've got this, there's a video player sits over the front here, and that symbol right on the left there is the picture-in-picture. So I turn it on or off. Notice that cleverly when I take off the picture-in-picture, look what's happening in the sound levels area. It mutes me because it assumes that if I'm not on screen and I'm playing a video, then I'm going to want to mute the microphone. The last thing I want is to be playing a video out and you hear me tapping away on my keys over here or making some comment about the live. You will find that as you bring videos in, they will all be coming up here in your recent items. Now what I'm going to suggest is that you create a new scene for your video. So I know that this was me talking about my favorite feature. So I might call it something like that, and I've got a scene set up, and so what I can do is if I rejig this order around, I know that on this first one it's me on camera, and then when I click on this next scene it's going to go to the video. Now what I can also do with this, if I were to create another scene to follow it, so maybe I come up here to me and I clone it and I drag this one underneath the video. What I can set this to do is that when the video scene comes on, this little button at the side here says when video ends, do nothing, loop video, go to next scene, end broadcast. I do use this end broadcast feature actually when we do our outro video, and literally when it gets to the end of the countdown, it'll just end the broadcast for me. It's great. I can walk away and leave this thing playing out if I want to. In this one, we're going to say go to next scene at the end. Now I can use this scrubber in here to work my way through it. I can skip forwards and backwards, and I can adjust the volume in here. And notice that in my sound levels down here, I'll bring it over. Notice that in these sound levels, as I'm moving it up here, it's moving down there, and vice versa. As I adjust it down here, it's adjusted it up in this top window. If I want to mute the video, maybe I'm just playing it and I want to be able to talk over it, then I can mute it and go back to that picture-in-picture, and I can be describing what's going on in this video, but you're not hearing anything come out of it. Okay, let's just see what happens when we get to the end of this. We'll get a couple of seconds away, and without me touching anything, you're going to see it jump to the next scene. So a really good feature. I love how it does that. One of my big tips for you with bringing a video in like this is to make sure that you balance out the volume of that video with your audio. So as you can see up here, when I'm on this one, you can see down in this sound levels, it's very accurate. It's great to be able to follow. I'm hitting into the yellows on here. I can pull this back a little bit so it's comfortably sitting, and I'm just touching in the yellow, but I'm not getting up into that red zone on the end here. Now, let's move into that next scene and see what the volume's like. Hey guys, we're loving this latest update. Which is my favorite part of it? That's a really hard question because there are some real headliners in here with things like the Notice that I'm making sure that that audio is coming to the same level as my audio. So when I'm playing this through, it's not suddenly going to go quiet or suddenly go really loud when it gets to the video clip and then back down again afterwards. This is something I see a lot of people getting wrong. And it's definitely worth prepping this in advance and making sure as you bring that video in, you are just balancing that out and making sure that it's all sitting in the same kind of range. All right, so that's how you bring a video clip in. Just dragging and dropping is the easiest way for me to do that, but try and put it in a separate scene. It's just so much easier for you to manage it and organize it that way. I hope you found that useful. Let's jump into another video.